Hello and welcome to another episode of Roadside Oddities. So if you like to travel and explore, be sure to subscribe because that's what this channel is all about. And we are glad to have you on board today. Now, in today's episode, we are at the Colorado National Monument, just right outside of Grand Junction, Colorado. In the area of Colorado, they call the Western Slope because it's on the west side of the Continental Divide. Very neat area. And if you're keeping track at home, or this is your first time watching the channel, this is stop number 14 on our attempt to visit all 433 national parks in the United States. This is also the second video with the new thumbnail format. So if you like the new layout, be sure to leave a comment in the comments section. We're always looking to improve here on the Roadside Oddities channel. Now, the great thing about the state of Colorado is that there are many national parks and many well-known national parks as well. For example, you've got Dinosaur National Monument, Mesa Verde down by Durango, Great Sand Dunes, which there's plenty of videos on the internet of people skiing down those or sledding down or snowboarding, but it'd be sandboarding, I guess, down them. Rocky Mountain National Park, which is always a very well-known national park as well. And so I think what happens with Colorado National Monument is it just kind of gets lost in the shuffle. I certainly was not real familiar with this park. Now, for also those others that are not real familiar with Colorado National Monument, according to the Park Service, it's one of the grand landscapes of the American West. It's got towering monoliths that exist within a vast plateau and a canyon panorama with sheer-walled red rock canyons that you can view on the drive on Rimrock Drive. They also report that you may see bighorn sheep and eagles. Of course, true to the last several stops, saw no animals on the drive around the monument. But the views are absolutely amazing, and hopefully this video captures those amazing views. Now, for this visit, we actually had stayed in Utah and drove a few hours eastbound on I-70 to the monument. We had previously been all the way over at Great Basin and then drove halfway through Utah. If you're familiar with eastern Utah on I-70, it's very remote. There's long stretches with no services, and it's just kind of limited on where you can stay at. And if I probably would do it again, would probably drive all the way to Grand Junction, just bite the travel log and go all the way to Grand Junction and stay there in one of the hotels. There's plenty of hotels and restaurants and everything like that. But it still worked out pretty good. Got to the Colorado National Monument and then drove the 23-mile Rimrock Road. And as you can tell from the video, the drive does have some climbs. There are plenty of scenic pullouts and overlooks along the way, which highly encourage you to do that if you decide to visit that. And also, as you saw just a few frames earlier, the bicyclist. Now, there were numerous bicyclists all along this route. And let me tell you, you would definitely need to be in shape to make this 23-mile trip on a bike. There's no way I could possibly even come close to probably completing a mile. Just the elevation, you're continually going uphill for a long portion, and it's not real flat in a lot of areas. Plus, you're Colorado, some of the altitude, so you've got to be in quite a bit of shape. But I was actually really surprised by the amount of bicyclists that were out there. I guess the nice thing is you can always bike over from Grand Junction, come into the monument, and then also be back in town. But still, just, the sheer volume of people on bicycles was just really impressive. There are also several hiking trails in addition to those overlooks. And something that you may not get to do every day is drive through 3 different tunnels on this route. And you saw that we went through one. And I believe these were the first tunnels that we have filmed driving through in Roadside Oddities on the channel. And as you can see right here, it's just very beautiful. You could probably make this drive in about an hour or so if you don't stop, but I think that would kind of defeat the purpose. This is really set up to kind of stop and admire the different views and the canyon and all the different type of stuff there is to look at along the way. I think, if I remember correctly, it took about 3 hours to make this drive. Had a stop at the visitor center, which was actually pretty crowded. There's some different kind of exhibit stuff in there, and there was no park ranger staff, but there were volunteers that were incredibly knowledgeable and were more than happy to share their information about the monument and the surrounding area as well too. So those folks were really working hard and were very proud to be volunteers for it, which is always great to see. And they also had mentioned that it wasn't all that hard to get volunteers for this particular monument because, Grand Junction's right there. And so they had a pretty deep core of volunteers to pull from, which is nice because some of these national parks, monuments, etc. you go to, it's kind of limited sometime on the staffing or as far as the volunteers. But my experience has been when you do encounter volunteers at these national parks, A, they're very passionate about what they're doing, and B, they really like to share as much information with you as possible and to make sure that you really feel welcomed and you have a lot of knowledge about it. So that's always great to see. I've kind of noticed that popping up at several different parks I've been to, just the pure joy of what they're doing. So as far as visitors go, yes, the visitor center was pretty crowded, but as you can see from the video, once you kind of get out there on the Rimrock Drive, there's not just a whole lot of traffic. Some of the scenic overlooks had a little bit more people at them than others, but it's not bottleneck traffic. There wasn't a lot of people behind me really, and especially kind of once you get on the farther side and you start ascending down back towards Grand Junction, there's a lot of hairpin curves. It's kind of neat, and there was not just a whole lot of people on that backside as well too. And I'll got some video of that coming up on here. Now here's kind of one of these overlooks. I did get out of the car and just breathtaking. Hopefully you can see through the video how impressive it really is at the Colorado Monument. This road is very paved, very well maintained, and it just is just relaxing, honestly. It was a very relaxing drive. If you are afraid of heights, you probably do not want to look over the edge on certain sections because it's definitely a steep drop down. Now, another nice feature of this drive is that it actually takes you back into Grand Junction. So it's not like it drops you off far away. If you've ever been to like the Petrified Forest or one of those type national parks, the end of the road is sometimes way away from anything else and you got to turn around and backtrack. But the Rimrock Drive actually goes back into Grand Junction, which is nice. And from there, we actually drove down to Montrose, which is right outside of the Black Canyon of the Gunnison, which that'll be the next episode. Hopefully have that out to you in the next couple days or so, which highly recommend the Black Canyon of the Gunnison. So that was about 2 hours or so away from here. There's actually kind of a lot of traffic and those type of things on Highway 50, but that's the nice thing about Colorado is obviously you're only a couple hours away from other monuments and national parks and other things to see. There's just so much to see and do. So yeah, I would recommend probably bundling the Colorado Monument with Black Canyon of the Gunnison. And I stopped right here just so you can kind of just see an overlook of just how high up you are to begin with, and then also just how breathtaking it is. It's just amazing the scenery that is there at this place. It's kind of neat, the sides of the cliffs there with the holes or something like that. I'm sure there's a geography term for the, or geology term. Tried about every single G there was there to describe those, but I am no rock expert. But speaking of rock experts, I did see that if you are really a rock expert or want to be a rock expert, the National Park Service does have a rock guide you can download for this park. And so as you're driving around, you can kind of look at the different rock formations and actually know what you're looking at. So I don't know, kind of cool if you're into that type of thing. I personally am not. I just like to kind of look at the stuff on the surface and say that looks awesome, wow, and then keep moving on. Another amazing view there, and just kind of also give you a view of the solitude. Also, not a lot of traffic, which was really nice, so you're got plenty of time to stop and actually take all this in. I would say the weather that day was probably 70 to 80. It was not that hot. Don't even think I had a light jacket on though. So now, I'm sure in the winters, they probably do get snow up in there, and I'm not sure what that would actually look like during the winter time, but for the fall, it's very enjoyable. Here's another one of the scenic out overlooks. It just gives you another view up there. I really hope the YouTube videos can do it justice of just how pretty it really is. I would have to say this is probably a must recommend for stop. I don't know if I would go out of my way to do it, but if you're traveling on I-70 east or west and you've got a couple extra hours, I would definitely stop in Grand Junction and get out and take a look at this. I mean, the nice thing is if you are a little short on time, you know, you can drive this in about an hour and really see everything, but I would definitely take a couple hours to stop and look around and see everything. The nice thing on this drive too, you know, sometimes when you take these scenic drives, there's some areas that are a little bland. I mean, it's still neat because you're on the drive, but they're just kind of bland. There's not a whole lot to see. For the most part, on this drive, there's always something to look at, whether it's the overlooks down in the canyon, whether it's the rock formations, and even the shrubbery and, you know, the bushes. They're neat to see. It's a little different than other parts of the country. So, and you got the mountain view over there as well too. So overall, I mean, this is probably one of the prettier scenic drives there is to do, and I definitely say it lives up to the hype, and especially for, you know, not being so well known when it comes to Colorado and all the other national parks. I'm sure probably native Coloradans would disagree with me and say, oh no, everybody knows about the Colorado Monument, but outside of the area, I'm just not sure how, you know, well known this is. Now, if you look off to the left over there too, you can just see how high up it is. And it's just breathtaking at that point. And we're getting ready to actually start the descent. It kind of plateaus up here. And that was my favorite part, actually, is coming up where it starts dropping down back towards Grand Junction. You've got a few tunnels, a lot of twists and turns, and some really just amazing scenic views. There you go, just off to the left there, you can just see how high up you are. And here's where the descent slowly starts to begin. You do a lot of these kind of switchbacks down the mountain. I did see a bicyclist giving its all to get up this. And again, you got to be some hardy folks, pretty in shape to try to conquer this, I'm sure. But these views as you're coming down are just amazing. Here's another great tunnel. Hold on. And then you come out to a just amazing view. You can see the road over there, kind of just the turning, twist and turn down. As you go back to town. Nice walls there. So after this video, though, we've got a few more stops in Colorado. Like I said, the next episode will be on the Black Canyon of the Gunnison, which is just an amazing place. There you go. Get up the hill there. And then we've got some of the eastern Colorado stops that are more historical, such as Sand Creek Massacre, Comanche, and I think we have Bent's Old Fort are all going to be on the list. So those be kind of unique. They're not necessarily well known, and they're also not, a national park or like these setups are. But real excited to share those too. Be sure to subscribe. We'll get that out to you. And like always, if you got any feedback on the videos, how to make them better, anything else you'd like to see on these trips, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. And to all the travelers and explorers out there, glad to have you on board, and good luck with your journeys out there. The United States of America is a fascinating country to travel around. There's just so much to see and do. And this is just one of the things you can see and do.